Bonjour, les étudiants of class 10. Hope you're doing good. So today's session will be starting a new lesson. Okay, it's actually lesson 5. Commander en ligne. Oui, commander en ligne, which means to order online. Okay, so for example, to order in Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, and so on. Okay, it's to order online, right? Okay, so commander en ligne, it's to order online. So today we'll be starting with the exercises of the 5th lesson. The first 3 exercises will be done, okay, with the pronoun direct and indirect, the direct pronouns and indirect pronouns. Hope you remember what are the direct pronouns and indirect pronouns. So let's get into the slides. And here it is. Okay, lesson 5, commander en ligne. Okay, commander en ligne, to order online. En ligne means online. Okay, so nowadays it's getting so famous, right? En ligne, so les cours en ligne, online classes. Okay, les cours en ligne and so on. So here, so these are the grammar parts that we'll be seeing in this lesson. The COD, COE. Okay, so direct object, indirect object, direct pronouns, indirect pronouns, and then le passé récent. Hope you remember passé récent, recently past, which is with the verb venir. We'll be doing with the verb venir. Then plus the, then the infinitive form. Okay, je viens de manger, which means I just ate. Right? And then le présent progressif. Okay, le présent progressif, it is the ing form in English. So in French it's être plus en train de. Okay, je suis en train de manger, I am eating right now. Okay, so I am eating, so that is actually présent progressive. We'll see that in the exercise. So for now, today's class will be saying just COD, COE. Right? And here, so it's a small recap of the direct and indirect pronouns. So les pronoms directs, les pronoms indirects. So what are the pronoms directs? It's me, te, le, la, nous, vous, les, les. Okay, so these are the direct pronouns: me, te, le, la, nous, vous, les, les. And what about the indirect pronouns? Me, te, lui, lui, nous, vous, leur, leur. Okay? So these are the indirect pronouns. So then we had lot of, right, les pronoms sujet, je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle, les pronoms toniques, moi, toi, lui, elle, nous, vous, elle, and even les pronoms pronominaux, okay, les pronoms reflexive, me, te, se, nous, vous, se. Right? So all these are pronouns. Even we got en pronoun, y pronoun, and so on. Okay, in this lesson we'll be just saying these two. Okay, direct, indirect, and even in one small sentence we got en pronoun. I'll tell you when. Right? So here, this is actually the first exercise. The first exercise: remplacer les noms soulignés par des pronoms COD et accorder les participes passés si cela est nécessaire. Okay, so which means you got to replace the nouns, the underlined nouns, les noms soulignés, which means the underlined nouns, by a COD pronoun, which means a direct pronoun, using a direct pronoun, et accorder les participes passés, and you got to make that agreement for the past participle. Okay, that which means you got to add e if the subject is feminine. If it's plural, we got to add s. If it's feminine plural, we got to add es. Same way like the adjectives. Okay, si cela est nécessaire, if only it's necessary. Okay, so we don't do that agreement in present tense and all. Okay, just in passé composé we got the past participle, so that we'll be doing. Right? So you can observe the sentences first. We got 5 sentences. So in all 5 sentences you got 3 to 4 words which are underlined. Okay, so 3 to 4 words or 2 to 4 words, they are underlined. Okay, for example, the first sentence, cette calculatrice, it's underlined. Second sentence, les billets de train, it's underlined. Third sentence, la cuisinière défectueuse. Fourth one, ses appareils ménagers. The last one, son sac à dos. Okay, so these are the underlined words. So what you have to do, you got to remove these underlined words. Okay, you got to take out these underlined words and you got to use a suitable pronoun. Okay, a direct pronoun should be used. Okay, because in the heading itself they have said use a direct pronoun. So now, okay, first thing, it's actually you got to find the pronoun which is appropriate for the underlined word. Okay, so the direct pronouns we saw actually me, te, le, la, nous, vous, les, les. So in this exercise we'll be just using the third person direct pronouns, which is le, la, or les. okay, le, la, or le. Even L apostrophe, if the verb it follows, it starts with a vowel, we'll be using L apostrophe. So papa a acheté cette calculatrice en ligne. So dad, okay, father bought this calculator online. Okay, father bought this calculator. Okay, adjective demonstrative, cette calculatrice en ligne. Hope you can see, right? Okay, cette calculatrice, it's a direct object. So, and you got to see if it's singular or plural first. Okay, so if it's plural, we just got les. Okay, but here it's singular, so you got two choices, that is le and la. Okay, cette calculatrice, it's masculine or feminine. It is feminine, so we'll be using la. Okay, so it's feminine. Then we got la. Okay, we have chosen the direct object, direct pronoun la. So where will you place that la? In English it's simple, papa, okay, dad bought it online. Okay, bought it, it's actually the direct object. Okay, direct object pronoun, so we'll be using it at the same place where we take off cette calculatrice. But in French we don't put in the same place, instead we'll be placing it before the verb. So that is papa, la. Okay, after papa we'll be using the pronoun la, then a acheté en ligne. Okay, but after la we got a vowel, the verb avoir is there. Okay, so what we do for la, we cut off a and we add L apostrophe. Papa, L apostrophe, then the verb avoir, a, then comes acheter, then comes en ligne. Sorry, papa l'a acheté en ligne. So now one more thing. Okay, so we got to find three things you got to do. Okay, one is actually you got to find the right pronoun. The second thing is you got to place it correctly, okay, next before the verb. The third thing, it's actually you got to do the agreement for the past participle. Okay, what is the past participle of the first sentence? It's acheté. Okay, acheté, it's the past participle. So now cette calculatrice is the word that has been replaced by using a pronoun. So cette calculatrice, it's a feminine noun. Okay, so what we'll be doing with acheté, the past participle acheté, you'll be adding an e. Okay, so papa l'a acheté, e accent, then comes one more e, en ligne. Okay, so there are very small details. Okay, so careful with this, right? So the second one, j'ai réservé les billets de train sur le site internet. I reserved the train tickets in online, okay, in this internet site, in the website. So I reserved, okay, les billets de train, les billets de train, which is a plural noun. Okay, it's a plural object, les billets de train. So we'll be replacing it with les, les. Okay, so les pronoun will be used. In English it is like I reserved them in the website. Okay, so them, it's the pronoun that we use in English, and in French we'll be using les. So where will you place les? It is before this verb. Okay, before the verb, which is the verb avoir. Okay, so for plural form les, we don't cut e on something. Okay, so les remains les. Right? Je, okay, j apostrophe changes to je. Okay, because the following word starts with a consonant, that is les. Je, les. Okay, je, les. Then come the verb avoir, ai. Réservé. Okay, réservé sur le site internet. So two things you have done. Okay, you have found the right pronoun, les. The second one, you have placed it before the verb avoir, je les ai réservés. Now the third step is you got to do the agreement. Okay, so les billets de train, it's a masculine plural word. Okay, so we just got to add s with réservé. Okay, réservé, re accent, scrve accent, then s. Je les ai réservés sur le site internet. Oui, voilà. So the third one now. Elle a rendu la cuisinière défectueuse. Okay, so she returned. Elle a rendu, which means she returned the defect one, okay, the defect stove, okay, cuisinière, which means stove, the faulty stove, okay, defectuous, which means which is not working, a faulty one. She returned, okay, she returned the faulty stove. So now the underlined word is la cuisinière défectueuse, which is singular and feminine, okay. So what pronoun we'll be using? La, okay, la, it's the pronoun that we'll be using. Where will you place it? Before the verb, okay, before the verb avoir. Elle, again we'll be using L apostrophe, same way like the first sentence. Elle, L apostrophe, a rendu, that's it, okay. So we stop with rendu. Then the third step, you go to do the agreement, that is you add an e with rendu, because la cuisinière défectueuse, it's a feminine noun, okay. So voilà, elle l'a rendu. So the next one, nous avons commandé ces appareils ménagers en ligne. We have ordered, okay, these home appliances, ces appareils ménagers, which means home appliances, online. So we have ordered them online. That's how we got to make. We have ordered them online. Nous avons commandé les en ligne. Okay, les will be used. Okay, les will be used, but we'll be using it before the verb. Nous les avons commandés en ligne. Okay, after nous we'll be placing les. Then avons commandé en ligne. Okay, and then the third step, it is ces appareils ménagers, which is masculine plural. So we'll be adding s with the past participle commandé. Nous les avons commandés with s en ligne. We have ordered them online. So the last sentence now. Il a acheté son sac à dos avec une application. He bought his backpack. Okay, he bought his backpack with an application, using an application. So you got to change like he bought it with an application. He bought it with an application. So in French, so what pronoun we'll be using for son sac à dos? Masculine singular. Okay, son sac, it's actually singular, right? Don't check the word dos. Son sac à dos, which is masculine singular, so we'll be using le, right? So when you place le before the verb, it changes to L apostrophe. Il l'a acheté. Il, L apostrophe A, acheté. Avec une application, he bought it using an application. So the agreement to be done. Son sac à dos, it's masculine singular. So we don't add anything. If it's masculine singular, we don't add anything. If it's masculine plural, we'll be adding s. Okay, so like the second sentence and the fourth sentence. Okay, if it's feminine singular, we'll be adding e, like the first sentence and the third sentence. If it's feminine plural, then we'll be adding es. We don't have any sentence here. Okay, so now we'll check the answers here. You can see the agreement has been done. The pronoun has been done in red. Okay, so you can underline it, or you can use a different color even, so that you will know very well, because these are small details that you got to understand. If you miss it, that it's wrong. Okay, so voilà. Papa l'a acheté en ligne. Je les ai réservés sur le site internet. Elle l'a rendu. Nous les avons commandés en ligne. Il l'a acheté avec une application. C'est bon? So now we'll move to the second exercise. Okay. So remplacez les noms par un pronom qui convient. Attention à l'accord. So in the second exercise, they say replace the nouns by a pronoun which is convenient. Okay, in the first exercise they said with the COD, which is the direct pronouns, they directly mentioned, but here they didn't say anything. They said pronom qui convient, a pronoun that is convenient. Attention à l'accord, so careful with the agreement. Okay? So how to find if it's a direct object or indirect object? So it's really simple. Whenever you got se, set, say, okay, so after the verb, if you got se, set, say, that is the adjective demonstrative, or le, la, el apostrophe le. Okay, so the definite articles. Okay, so normally we'll be using the direct pronouns. Okay, so if you got, so for example, the second sentence, you got the preposition a plus le. Okay, a plus le égale o. When you got a preposition and then an article, a determinant, then comes an object, so then it's indirect object. Okay, so for example, the first sentence, third sentence, and the fifth sentence, first, third sentence, and the fifth sentence, you can see the underlined words, they start with a definite article or an adjective demonstrative. Ces roses, les exercices de grammaire, les billets d'avion. These three sentences, we'll be doing it with the direct pronouns. So ces roses, les exercices, les billets d'avion, all these are plural words, so we'll be using the direct pronoun les, les, where you'll be placing it before the verb. Okay, so before the verb, for example, the first sentence, ma mère les a achetés. Okay, ma mère les a achetés, which means my mom bought these roses. Okay, my mother bought these roses. Will be changing like my mother bought these, okay, or bought them, right? Okay, so but say rose, okay, which is feminine plural word. Okay, it's a feminine plural word. So as I told you in the previous exercise, when you got a feminine plural word, the ending, the agreement should be done with the past participle. We got to add e and then s. Ma mère les a acheté. So it ends with a accent aigu. We'll be adding one more e and an s. Okay, so now the third sentence will go. The second sentence will leave. Okay, we'll move to the third sentence. Tous les étudiants ont remis les exercices de grammaire au professeur. All the students have submitted. Okay, remis means to submit, to return. Okay, submitted the grammar exercises to the teacher. Okay, so just the word les exercices, the grammar, it's underlined. Okay, so no, forget the au professeur because it's an indirect object. Okay, so the one which is underlined, we'll see tous les étudiants ont remis les exercices de grammaire. So les, les should be used. Tous les étudiants, all the students, submitted them to the teacher. Okay, so tous les étudiants les ont remis. Okay, tous les étudiants les ont remis. Les, then ont, then remis. Les exercices de grammaire. So exercice, it's a masculine word. Okay, masculine plural word. So we already got an s with remis, so no need to add anything. Okay, so voilà. Tous les étudiants les ont remis au professeur. So the last sentence. J'ai acheté les billets d'avion. I bought the flight tickets. Tickets plural. Les. So it will be placed before the verb. Je les ai achetés with s. Billets d'avion, it's plural, masculine plural, so we add s with acheté. Je, J-E, L-E-S-A-I, then acheté. So now come to the second sentence. Les touristes ont parlé au guide. The tourists spoke to the guide. To the guide, the preposition to is used, so it's an indirect object. So if it's an indirect object, we'll be using the indirect pronouns, that is me, te, lui, nous, vous, leur. So here it's singular, third person singular, so we'll be using lui, L-U-I. Okay, we'll be placing it before the verb. Les touristes lui ont parlé. L-U-I, ont parlé. Okay, so spoke to him, right? Alright. So we don't add any agreement and so on with the indirect pronouns. So now the fourth sentence. Tu veux de l'eau minérale? You want some mineral water? You want some mineral water? Okay. You want some? Okay, so that's what they ask. Okay, so I'm drinking some mineral water. You want some? In English, right? So here it's a different pronoun that we'll be using if it's a quantity. If it's a quantity that is mentioned in the sentence, and if you want to replace that particular quantity using a pronoun, we'll be using the pronoun en. Okay, en pronoun. So whenever you got a number, un, une, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, any number, or if you got du, de, la, de, l'apostrophe, or des, des, okay, we'll be replacing it with the pronoun en. Okay, as I told you, ces, les, the definite article, adjective, demonstratives will be replaced by direct pronouns. The prepositions with the preposition a will be replaced by indirect pronoun. So with du, de, la, de, l'apostrophe, or with a number will be used with the pronoun en. So we just add en in between before the verb, same way. Tu en veux, tu en veux, question mark. You want some? That's it. So you can see now the answers. Ma mère les a achetés. Les touristes lui ont parlé. Tous les étudiants les ont remis au professeur. Tu en veux. Je les ai achetés. Okay, for the first sentence and the last sentence, we are using the same pronoun. Okay, but you can see the first sentence, we are replacing say rose, which is feminine plural. So we are adding one more E and S. Okay. The last sentence, it's billet. Okay, billet d'avion, so which is flight tickets, which is masculine. We are using just S. So now the third exercise. Refaites des phrases en remplaçant les pronoms COD, COI par les noms indiqués. Faites attention à l'accord. So you got to redo the sentences by replacing the pronouns, okay, COD and COI par les noms indiqués. Okay, so here. Okay, so we'll do this exercise in the next class. Okay, so it's already late. Okay, the two exercises is fine. Okay, so we'll meet in teams. Ciao guys, take care.